We've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, largest one ever seized, actually.
President Trump turns up the military pressure on Venezuela and hints that, quote, other things are happening.
CBS News exclusive details on the new flood warning system at Camp Mystic in Texas, where more than 24 girls were killed. We have the first TV interview with a member of the family that owns the camp.
We thought it was a no-brainer.
Charlie Kirk's widow, Erica Kirk, opens up about her husband's assassination and addresses his critics.
You want to watch in high res the video of my husband being murdered?
And need a dose of holiday kindness or some gentle advice? Step right up to the grandma stand.
Choose kindness, choose love, choose patience.
From CBS News headquarters in New York, this is the CBS Evening News.
Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
I'm John Dickerson.
This time, it was a much bigger boat. The U.S. military today seized a large oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela. Attorney General Pam Bondi says the ship had been used to violate sanctions on oil from Venezuela and Iran.
This comes, of course, after U.S. forces, on orders from President Trump, have taken out more than 20 suspected drug boats near Venezuela since September, killing nearly 90 people.
The president is now turning up the heat on Venezuelan dictator Nicolas Maduro, who's been charged with narco-terrorism in the United States.
Mr. Trump hinted that the seizure of the tanker is part of an expanding pressure campaign, and Charlie D'Agata leads off with the details. Charlie?
The administration has this massive military presence in the Caribbean. They've taken out the suspected drug boats. They've sanctioned the Maduro regime. But they had not gone after the oil, Venezuela's main source of revenue, until now.
Video of the seizure shows helicopters approaching the tanker called the Skipper. Ropes fall, and the Special Operations Forces are seen rappelling onto the ship. With weapons drawn, they took over the tanker without any resistance. No crew could be seen in the footage. It's the latest move in the administration's pressure campaign against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
As you probably know, we've just seized a tanker on the coast of Venezuela, large tanker, very large. Largest one ever seized, actually. And other things are happening.
Venezuela has the largest oil reserves in the world, producing around 1 million barrels a day, much of it under U.S. sanctions. President Trump was asked what the U.S. plans to do with the oil on board the tanker.
I guess so. We're going to keep the oil.
The mission also included members of the Coast Guard and the Marines, who launched from the USS Ford aircraft carrier now based in the region. It comes one day after President Trump warned that Maduro's days are numbered, adding that he has not ruled out a land invasion. Maduro did not comment on the seizure today, but at a rally in Caracas, he demanded an end to the, quote, illegal and brutal interventionism by the U.S. The Trump administration has accused Maduro of running one of the country's drug cartels and has a $50 million reward out for any information leading to his capture.
Sources tell CBS News a tanker had just left a port in Venezuela when it was seized. The value of the seized oil is in the millions of dollars. The administration, those sources tell us, is considering taking more tankers.
Okay, Charlie D'Agata in Washington. Thanks.
Now to the economy. The Federal Reserve cut its key interest rate today, bringing it down another quarter point to around 3.6%. It was the third and final rate cut this year.
President Trump touched on the economy and affordability at a campaign-style rally last night in Pennsylvania. But as Nancy Cordes reports, he often veered off topic, railing against migrants and his political foes.
Last night was amazing in Pennsylvania.
It was billed as an economic address.
The new word is affordability.
But President Trump's speech in the Poconos is getting more attention for the grievances he aired about Democrat Ilhan Omar.
She comes in, does nothing but bitch.
About her head covering.
With the little shing, the little turban.
And about the country of her birth, Somalia.
Filthy, dirty, disgusting, ridden with crime. Why is it we only take people from whole countries? Right?
Today, Democrats called the comments
racist.
Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson said this.
And that's not the way I speak, and you know that. But the president is expressing his frustration about the extraordinary challenge that is We have people coming in, not assimilating.
Trump's remarks played well in a room of supporters. But the White House was hoping to woo swing voters worried about the economy.
They've been putting in the paper, water goes up, sewer goes up, trash goes up.
Lori Kerrigan is a Navy retiree in Scranton.
When I had to purchase parts for my old truck, that did go up exponentially. So I had to pay that. I paid that tariff. I paid for that out of my pocket. And that was extraordinary. That was $2,058 for a part that I needed.
And how much did you think it was going to cost?
Heck, not that. Oh, my gosh.
Nancy Cordes, CBS News, the White House.
And now let's bring in our chief Washington analyst, Robert Costa. So, Bob, as we just saw, the president wasn't exactly on message on the economy last night. What are your sources telling you about this particular approach?
To start, my top Republican sources say the president is insisting in public and private that he is on message and that those who are grousing are, quote, stupid and need to get to work fast to talk up his record and make the case for what he's done. Now, still, some GOP lawmakers tell me they are alarmed, and there is now real tension in the party right now over how the president should frame his economic message. And many lawmakers privately tell me they want to see him in the White House do more trips, convince voters that the party is making gains for working people.
Bob, is that going to stay private? Those lawmakers are grousing, but will that slop over into the public, and will they say anything to the president himself?
No, not yet, John. Yes, that tension's there, but many lawmakers are on edge about their seats, but it's so evident when I talk to them, John, behind the scenes, that they have this fear of angering the president. It's so real. Based on my conversations with Trump sources, they say the president is keeping close watch of those he believes are, quote, weak and unable to handle the pressure of the midterms and the turbulence in the economy, especially on trade. In fact, they say he believes if you're not able to ride out these storms on tariffs with him, then he doesn't see you as a true believer in his cause.
Okay, Robert Costa in Washington. Thanks.
Now let's check the weather. A pair of powerful winter storms are causing problems coast to coast. Blowing and drifting snow is making travel treacherous in the Northeast.
And in the Pacific Northwest, potentially catastrophic flooding with more rain in the forecast. Lonnie Quinn here now with the latest. How much can they take, Lonnie?
Okay, it looks like 2 more days of heavy rain in the Pacific Northwest. And because of that persistent flow, that atmospheric river, the governor of the state of Washington has declared a state of emergency for the entire state. I mean, the Snoqualmie River potentially may crest at an all-time high. And like I said, heavy rain for about 2 more days. So no immediate relief in sight. That same system putting down 1.5 feet of snow in the northern Rockies tonight. And meanwhile, there's a system stretching from the Appalachians into New England. Upstate New York could see about 1 foot of snow. Meanwhile, it's rain along the I-95 corridor. Now, there is a third system, a little bit of forecasting for you guys here, coming in off that same atmospheric river, moves onshore by Friday, and moves into the northeast by Sunday. So by Sunday, Philadelphia, New York City could potentially see their first measurable snow of the season. Keep in mind, for comparison's sake, 300 miles south in Richmond, Virginia, they've already picked up 5.5 inches. And Richmond, Virginia is starting December as their 23rd coldest start ever in history. Guys, it's all yours.
Lonnie Quinn, thank you.
Now to a CBS News exclusive. We have details tonight about a new flood warning system at Camp Mystic in Texas.
More than 24 girls and counselors were killed there in those 4th of July floods.
Jason Allen has reported extensively on the disaster since it happened. And for the first time, a member of the family that owns the camp has agreed to be interviewed on camera.
At the scene of one of the deadliest flash floods in Texas history, 8-foot-tall aluminum towers are starting to appear on riverbanks.
So the water detection switches are down in the bottom.
Ian Cunningham showed us the flash flood warning system he and a small team are beginning to install.
These are sirens? Correct.
These towers are located at Camp Mystic Cypress Lake, uphill from the sister camp to where 27 campers and counselors died in the July flood.
I think everybody was asking themselves, how did this happen? Did you find yourself asking the same question?
I absolutely did, and it's happened before, multiple times here in Texas, and I kind of think it's like this has to be technologically solvable.
He tells us he didn't look at it like a business, but as a way to save lives.
My 2 daughters are campers. I can't imagine what those parents going through. Like, I shudder at the thought.
Cunningham and his team combined water sensors from fishing boats, sirens, and lights from ambulances.
Flood danger.
They still work if power and cell towers go down. The research and design took them less than 2 months.
Simulated flood. You know, at a basic level, we're providing a smoke detector for floods on your property perimeter.
That's another reason why we like this product is it will react and do what it's supposed to do without someone needing to be awake to set off the alarm.
Britt Eastland is the director of Camp Mystic Cypress Lake, who spoke only with CBS News about the new alarms.
Were you looking to do more than whatever the state is going to provide?
Absolutely. We needed something that was going to provide us confidence and all the parents confidence, something that would make sure this never happened again.
River Century had planned to make just a few of these, maybe give them away to camps. When word of mouth got out, though, a private foundation said make 100 of them at $7,500 a piece. So now they'll be installed up and down the river in front of dorms, cabins, homes, anywhere people are sleeping. And they should be online before camps open next summer.
Jason Allen in Hill Country, Texas. Thank you.
Now more of the top stories from around the world in tonight's Evening News Roundup. The student killed in yesterday's shooting at Kentucky State University has been identified as 19-year-old John Darrell Fox Jr. Another student who was shot remains in critical condition. Officials say the shooter is a parent of another student at the school.
Today, the University of Michigan fired its head football coach, Sharon Moore, after an investigation. The school saying in a statement that Moore engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a staff member.
In France, a government investigation confirmed embarrassing security mistakes gave the Louvre thieves a critical advantage in the October heist. Holly Williams has more from London.
A damning investigation carried out by the French authorities found the heist at the Louvre could have been prevented if not for a series of security failures, including the police being sent to the wrong location after the alarm sounded, as well as inadequate CCTV cameras and monitoring screens within the world's most visited museum. The balcony the thieves used had already been identified as a weak point, and the French Senate heard they escaped with around 30 seconds to spare. 4 suspects have been arrested, but the jewels, valued at around $100 million, have not been recovered.
Okay, Holly, thank you. And in Phoenix, a daring helicopter rescue of a man who got stuck atop Camelback Mountain overnight. Officials say the rescue took hours as the hiker was in a treacherous part of the trail. Tonight, he is in stable condition.
Still ahead on the CBS Evening News.
I'm Mark Strassman in Brawley, California. The sugar beet crop was this area's sweet spot. Then this processing plant closed and the pain got real. That story is tonight's Eye on America.
Erica Kirk, the widow of the assassinated conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, was here at the CBS Broadcast Center today for a CBS News Town Hall hosted by our editor-in-chief, Barry Weiss. The event comes days after the release of Charlie Kirk's final book, Stop in the Name of God: Why Honoring the Sabbath Will Transform Your Life.
Erica, one of the most alarming things about Charlie's murder was the way that some people in this country reacted to it.
Yeah.
And not just online. This was an idea that you encountered a lot. And the idea was this: they kind of justified it. They basically said that because Charlie said or believed things that they believed were controversial or even hateful, that he somehow had it coming. What do you say to people who justified his death?
You're sick. He's a human being. You think he deserved that? Tell that to my 3-year-old daughter. Excuse me. You want to watch in high res the video of my husband being murdered and laugh and say he deserves it? There's something very sick in your soul, and I pray that God saves you. I pray, because that is what is so wrong. The internet in this world has dehumanized us.
CBS News presents a town hall with Erica Kirk, airs Saturday, December 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on CBS. Eye on America is next, looking at what happens to a community when one of its largest businesses shuts down.
In our Eye on America series, we don't just report events, we look at the impacts. More than 1 million American workers have been laid off this year, several hundred of them in Brawley, California. Mark Strassman traveled there to examine the ripple effects of those layoffs on the local economy, and what he found was a region in an economic state of emergency.
When Brawley, California lost its sugar plant, there was no way to sweeten the pill.
What? We're closing the plant.
Were you shocked?
Nobody wants to believe the worst.
Lawrence and Henry Horta, father and son, own semis that hauled sugar beets from local farms to Spreckle Sugar for processing. In a nod to national trends, economic conditions changed. Its parent company says it invested $100 million into the facility, but the operational challenges were too great. After 78 years, the plant shuttered in August.
How important was that plant to your business?
Like 80%.
80% gone.
Yes, for us, yes. You're left with nothing.
Brawley, population 26,000, sits a 2-hour drive east of San Diego. Agricultural, blue collar, and dizzy from losing more than 400 jobs.
It's going to be a tough ride. I think the people understand that.
We caught up with City Councilman Gil Revelar, the former mayor here.
But a community like Brawley, a couple hundred jobs, is not just a dent, it's a gaping wound.
The struggle for a lot of families is real.
The struggle is real for many families that call this place home.
Even before the plant shut down, many people here were living paycheck to paycheck. This area has California's highest unemployment rate. Without sugar, Brawley is taking its lumps. Local sales tax revenue year to year dropped 12%. Many people stopped spending.
Buying tires, buying parts, stocking here, fuel, all that. I have to cut up.
Those businesses could be in trouble too.
Oh, yes.
They are.
Those are going to be in trouble.
This is alfalfa here.
Jim Mamer's in trouble. He owns all these tractors, cutters, defoliators, and choppers that harvest sugar beets.
If the plant was still open, what could you get for it?
Right about 45, 50,000.
If Mamer tries to sell, he could get cut down.
And now that the plant's closed, what can you get for it?
Probably 15.
15,000.
Get a rag so we can check the oil.
If there's good news, it's this. Brawley people are fighters.
We got to survive. We got to keep on working. We got to make a living.
Everyone's looking for the same thing, a sprinkling of new hope. For Eye on America, I'm Mark Strassman in Brawley, California.
Up next, if you're in the market for a little holiday kindness, maybe some advice, we know just the place.
We end tonight with a holiday season visit to Grandma.
Not your actual grandma, but in this case, the Grandma Stand in a city near Dallas.
Omar Villafranca takes us there.
Nestled between the booths and shops in downtown McKinney, Texas.
So what does the sign say? What does that sign?
What's bringing you joy?
Okay.
There's one stand, the Grandma Stand, giving away something you can't put a price on. Today, Grandma Nancy Lira is ready to chat with anyone about anything.
I'm so happy I met all of you.
The conversations happening here are opportunities to make new friends and practice the lost art of listening.
Life is looking pretty good right now.
The booth is staffed by a rotation of 3 grandmas, no appointment needed.
Grandmas are non-judgmental. We're loving people as a rule. And it's just nice sometimes to be able to talk to someone that you can feel a connection with.
Those conversations with strangers range from cordial to confessional.
I lost my pet, to I lost my grandma, to my basketball team lost last night. If there's a choice of being unkind or be kind, choose kindness.
It's proof that people everywhere can always use a little love from Grandma.
We love you.
Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Dallas.
That's better than Lucy from Peanuts, right?
Yeah, it reminds me of the grandma in my life, Betty McKeon. She's, going to be dispensing some this Christmas holiday.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You're all ears, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's always correct. That's the CBS Evening News. I'm John Dickerson.
I'm Maurice Dubois. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.